We are Ryan and Allie Lundeen.
We live in Dassel, Minnesota, and we've been coming to Cornerstone forever. Growing up for me, my life was very easy. I grew up in a Christian home. I had a very great family. School was great. Friends were good. Christian college. It was smooth sailing.
My upbringing was great. Christian family. Life was good until I lost my brother. When he was 13, I was 23. That one shook me a little bit and learned a lot in life about who God is. And it was hard, but God is good through it all.
So we had 2 healthy babies, super easy pregnancies, 1 unexpected, and it was 5 years of marriage?
5 years married.
When Jules came along. We found out at my 20-week ultrasound that our baby probably had a cleft lip, cleft palate, and then they wanted to do further testing to see if there was any genetic disorders, because it could potentially be something bigger. So when we went in, we found out a laundry list of things that were wrong with our baby girl, but the big phrase that raised in our heads that rang over and over was she was deemed incompatible with life, that she would probably not make it to birth. The odds were very low. She'd probably die in utero, and if she did, she wouldn't live very long after because she had Trisomy 18. When we spoke to the doctor at the ultrasound, she highly encouraged that we terminate the pregnancy. When we spoke to the genetic counselor, she highly encouraged that we terminate the pregnancy because there was no good outlook of life for this baby, which obviously was just earth-shattering for us. When we left that appointment, we stopped at Target. I don't know why we needed to stop at Target, but I walked around like a zombie thinking, all of these people get to live their normal lives, and our lives were just shattered. And life is still just going on. People are shopping, people are laughing, and we're just walking around with like our hearts sunk to our feet, being like, what is going on? So during that pregnancy, my belly was tiny because with Trisomy 18, they stopped growing. But she kept kicking. She kept letting us know she was okay. And as we eked towards that 40-week marker, we thought we might get to meet her alive. And then we got excited. We got excited because she was a little fighter.
So on October 18th, when Jules was born, she was born alive. And it was an amazing miracle. It was very, very special.
But it was also like, what do we do now? It was the weirdest reality because we weren't expecting her to be born alive. God placed the sweetest nurse in that room who treated her like a normal baby. We busted out after 11 hours and we came home with Jules.
Hand-fed her ourselves, just loved on her.
No special medical equipment, not knowing what in the world we're doing. We just wanted to love our baby girl. Jules lived 38 days, and I think about 37 and a half of them were right here, 24/7.
Yep. During the 38 days of uncertainty, not knowing when she'll die, how long she'll live, there was a peace that we felt from God that surpasses all understandings for us. It's a weird thing, but He's right beside you, and He carries you. And as God revealed that to us, it was a calmness that it is for a greater purpose, and we will be okay through this time.
When I look back and see the impact Jules had, I came up with this catchphrase not long ago, and it's so true, but it's use your story for His glory. What is so interesting is I really pulled away from everyone during that time, and I really let their prayers carry us through. But I started blogging, and it was therapy for me. And I blogged her whole journey, all of the feelings that came along with this really unique situation. Being vulnerable, sharing this story, sharing this journey. We were blessed too. Every year on Jules' anniversary, Ryan's cousin messages me, and I mean, literally anything that gets me weepy is this, because I feel like the Lord gives us little glimpses of the internal impact that He is doing through everything in our lives. But every year she messages me and she says, your baby girl gave me life. And we called her our sacrificial lamb because I mean, we all know, like, our bodies and our souls are so separate, and Jules sacrificed her body and saved so many souls. And the eternal impact for us to just physically see one person, and now as that, we've watched her whole family come to Jesus. She stepped foot into Cornerstone, she stepped foot into the church because she saw that story play out in our lives. She saw how we responded to it, and she said, I want that, I desire that. And it was attractive to her, and it drew her in. And I'm forever grateful that the Lord gave us someone we know to see the impact Jules had. He didn't have to do that, but it was a really sweet gift, because when it gets hard, we can look at them and we're saying, it's all worth it. It was all worth it.
I mean, it's a true, real story that happened in our lives, and people see how faithful God was through the story and through Jules and in obedience. And I think it just launched us into a whole nother feeling of who God is and how he takes care of us and how real he is to us.
If we trust him, he will be faithful, and our obedience will be paid off. And now, looking 10 years later, we're like, and I think a lot of it had started with Jules.
For sure.